Maybe just to add something to what Seth has raised before the Honorable Babu Wino responds to a very challenging question. But he's a man of letters and he's a man of great wisdom. I'm sure he'll be equal to the task. Just to confirm to the country that as we salute our leader, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the man we all rallied behind as we went into the last general election, a man who received actually the greatest support across this country. Over 6 regions out of our 8 regions supported him. The majority of the counties supported him. Majority of constituencies supported. We believe he won that election. But with what was decided, we accepted to move on. We salute him and we thank him for his leadership. Kwa ile Azimio la umoja wa Kenya, he has done very, very well. Now we are releasing him aende kwa kazi ya Azimio la umoja wa Afrika. Amekuwa baba wa Kenya na tunaamini anatosha kuwa baba wa Afrika. Ataendelea kuwa baba. But in Azimio there will be no vacuum. We are several parties, constituent parties of Azimio, and we've been very blessed to have very serious leadership in our coalition. Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga was the 2nd Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. And we believe he should have been the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya if Chebukati didn't do what he did. As he leaves, the next ranking member of the leadership of our coalition is the Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who was the 10th Vice President of the Republic of Kenya. So as we stand before the nation, it's a case of the first amongst equals. And we have by consensus, and I believe many of us who are in this coalition have all consented to him taking over the leadership of our coalition. We have great faith in his leadership, his experience as the 2nd highest ranking leader in our coalition, a very experienced diplomat, a great lawyer who has a clean record, a man of God, a man of integrity. We have no doubt that even as Baba leaves to Addis, there will be no lack of leadership in our great coalition. In fact, we'll just get stronger. From tomorrow, we start the journey. We will be having our first town hall meeting at Ufungamano. We will be engaging the Gen Zs and the youth of Kenya, private sector. We will be engaging civil society on matters of defending this constitution, wide-ranging matters from education, the model that Babu Owino, who was a great student leader, has talked about. We will be engaging to look at all these matters, devolution, and we'll be looking at how we will then be charting the way forward as a coalition to take this country to the next level as a government in waiting. Thank you very much.
Oh. Perhaps before Babu, as Eugene said, we have the full concurrence with the statement that we have issued from our coalition partners. Mheshimiwa Senator Gideon Moi and Kanu, Mheshimiwa Governor Peter Munya of PNU, and our friend Wajakoya, he left very early to attend a court matter in Nyeri of Roots Party. So this coalition, as you can see, is very strong. And by the way, I can just refer you to the coalition document, which is public, right? The only time you dissolve the coalition is if there's only one party remaining. So these are very many parties. Okay.
Thank you very much, Seth Olale. It is my responsibility to be in opposition. I was elected as a member of parliament for Embakasi's constituency, and democracy dictates that there be a government and equally there be opposition. Going by the doctrine of separation of powers, checks and balances, as was opined by a gentleman called Charles Louis, the Secondant de Baron de Montesquieu. In the 16th century, he did give me a role to keep checks and balances to this defunct government. As to your second question, The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3 that there's a time and a season for everything. It is my time now to be in opposition and to be in ODM. As per tomorrow, it is tomorrow's problem. We will handle it tomorrow. Thank you.
Well done, Babu. Well done. Well done.
Let me answer.
Yeah. Well, I like that.
Niongeze kidogo kabla ya swali yako ya kwamba wakati tulikuwa tunapitisha hii katiba ama wakati kulikuwa na yale mafurutano na mifurugo ya hii katiba, Parliament had been captured, not for 1 year or 2 years, but for the longest time. But Kenyans were able to rise up, and eventually today we are able to say that we have a constitution better than many across the globe, and a constitution that we celebrate today, and one that we wish to ensure that we keep William in check so that he implements. He already wants to talk about amendment even before he knows what it provides. He opposed it. I have doubts in my mind. Okay. He has ever read it thoroughly. But on top of that, let me also say something. Yes, and without doubt, our official leader of opposition is none other than Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Na hii kitu ni rahisi kabisa kwa sababu sasa ni padi mbili tu. You are either with Operation Okoa Ruto, Operation Okoa Sakayo, or Operation Okoa Kenya. And those who start with the constitution, those who want this constitution implemented, those who want the poor of the poorest access education in this country without being hassled, being taken to KICC for unnecessary explanations, should join us in Operation Okoa Kenya under the leadership of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Ieleweke na tuende mbele. Hakuna maneno mengine imebaki. Baba ameenda na sisi tunaenda mbele.
On a light note, Jeremiah, don't expect, William can come and launch the opposition. I've seen the cartoon where he's launching Baba. So he could even want to do a second promulgation of the Katiba 2010. This is valid positioning. Thank you. Yes, sir. I'll have to kamilisha, sio? Yupi? Awaongeleshe kwa lugha ya pale kwa mlima. Hata mimi naweza kujaribu.
Yes. By the way, she is better than I.
By the way, she can.
He is better than I.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not getting that. We have this disturbance. Wacha ipite. Yeah, Vincent. If there be any amendment at all, I refer you, Vincent, to the work, the very important work, though sometimes controversial, under the National Dialogue Committee, where I was privileged to be the co-chair. Remember that. So that is work that even under the state-captured legislature, they can move with speed, actually, because there seems to be concurrence over some of the issues. There are 8 bills, some of which have implications with regard to the Constitution, some of which, for example, even if you're going to end up establishing some of those constitutional offices, you require a referendum at the end of the day. So Kenyans should never be afraid of the question of a referendum. If we can only, because one key issue, there were some constituencies, 27 of them, that were supposed to have become redundant. And yet we know you cannot give citizens the right on the one hand and deny them with the left. So there's work to be done to save those constituencies, which are very clearly elaborated, and we dealt with them when we discussed National Dialogue Committee, the work of the National Dialogue Committee. And that is a live issue, and I keep on saying it should be implemented. I can't quite understand why we do not even have, as of now, in place the National Selection Panel in order to get ready with the matter of IEBC new commissioners. This is urgent work. It does not require constitutional amendment, of course. That's work that should be fully and quickly implemented, political will, and we believe over this issue, both President William Ruto and Prime Minister Raila Odinga know the responsibility that we bequeathed to them. For example, on concurrence, the principle of concurrence and agreement on who becomes the next chair of IEBC. It's a matter of consultation between the two of them. And I think now they should involve us. I think so. I think we should revisit that. We should revisit, because now with the Baba going to AU, right? William should not take and run away with it. It should involve us.
No.
Concurrence. Yeah.
The concurrence was with the leader of opposition.
Ah,
which is
okay.
you.
Concurrence. Well done. Liz, yes.
I understand you are well known for your diplomatic prowess, and today you are missing in action status.
What do you mean missing in action?
The majority of Kenyans are wondering whether
That's where.
Because we want to show there is an official position in this country. We welcome our senior leaders in the region, the EAC presidents who have come, President Museveni, Mzee Wetu, President Masuluhu, President Salva Kiir. Actually, Salva Kiir is the current chair of the East African Community Summit. And I think Rwanda and Burundi are also represented because they want to show that commonality, that Raila Odinga is also a candidate of the East African community. That is the message. Maybe we would not have had sufficient time like we have had today if I just went to State House. And remember, some of us have issues. Remember when I said it was very difficult for me to get to KICC that time when the IBC Amendment Act was being signed, all right? Whatever, okay? And I said, if it was State House, it would have been very difficult. But, you know, honestly, we are waiting. And the agencies are waiting to hear that one responsible police officer who fired and killed Kenyans peacefully demonstrating, unarmed, only armed with a bottle of water, a telephone, and the national flag. To date, not a single policeman or woman has been apprehended. I'm sorry, I will not go to State House. Oh, that's not even an important question, and I don't think I need to deal with it. Yeah.
That's the last one there.
The last one.
Final question. I'm Chris Owin. I work for Ramogi TV. My question, as we mark the 14th anniversary of the 2020 Constitution, do you think it's ripe enough for us as a country to look at the governance structure for our nation, presidential and parliamentary? Do you think it's ripe for us?
That's a very big question. Does anybody want to try?
NADCO.
Yeah, NADCO. Have you seen the national? Yeah, all those recommendations are in NADCO. And we're urging expeditious implementation. The leader of the minority in the National Assembly, Mheshimiwa Junet, has my instructions to move with speed. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
On that question, I can tell you that there can be a constitution without constitutionalism. And a constitution is a living document. As you've always seen in our nation, there is a constitution, but the constitutionalism, the implementation in it, is very little. Therefore, being a breathing and a living document, it needs to be looked, or rather looked into. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Tawashkuruni sana. Without a picture, we can hold it together. Join hapa waheshimiwa tushike. It's only one copy, unfortunately. Paloma, you could give us next. declaring a national holiday to remember this, Katiba Day. On this radio, the final article don't promote the people.
Yes, hello. Yes, yes. What is the
question.
what is the question?
What? No. We are here now. We asked
Why?
Mheshimiwa Agnes to flank Kioni.
Haya, kuje. Ndio huyu wako
We
wapi?
can
Wewe
even
kuja.
flank you. We
This
can
one.
listen Mheshimiwa
Yeah.
Nyenze.
Yes, even this lady. Hata wewe pia kuja hii mtu yenye ndaro.
We apologize for that.
Yeah. Just a quick one. Umuthi ni muthenya munene uria tweheire gatiba ya 2010 na ni twakorwo tukirora mianya iria ikoretwo iri thiini wa gatiba mianya miingi na itwamigweta na document twaheana ingioneka uria ina bata ni ati ni twanyitanira ithuothe twi gikaro giki kwira kuga ati ni tukwendera uhotani Raila Amolo Odinga niguo agithie na kuria gucaria giti kia AU akorwo ari na kimenya ati ona ithuĩ twi thutha wake na ni turenda ahotane uria wina bata ni ati gatiba ni arĩtie ũhoro wa government na opposition na tucemanitie gikaro giki turita opposition na tondu Raila ni athie African Union mutongoria witu wa opposition ni Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka na maundu maria mothe arekaga ni tukwenda guthie na mbere kumeka na njira ina hinya makiria no horo ucio ni twambiriirie na rucio ni tugakorwo kuria ufungamano tukiambiriria gwika maundu na kwaraniria na Gen Z na maria mangi na twagweta ati riria twagiaga na gatiba ya 2010 mbere ya thirikari ya thondeketwo no Mwai Kibaki na Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka mumenye bunge ni agwetetwo
Your Excellency, President Museveni, the doyen of East Africa, and the President of Republic of Uganda.